South America. The Andes mountain range in Ecuador. For thousands of years, this rainforest, high on the eastern slopes, has been the land of the shuar. Headhunters who are fiercely protective of their homeland and its secrets. And of all the shuar's secrets, perhaps none has been so carefully guarded as the location and entrance of the Cave of Tayos. But why? Perhaps the answer can be found in the story of an Italian Catholic missionary named Father Crespi, who lived in the region in the middle of the last century.
Father Carlo Crespi, he was loved by the Indians. He helped them without asking for money, and the Indians made them some presents.
But what was unique about the presents or gifts given to Father Crespi was that they often took the form of elaborately carved artifacts, some made of gold or other precious metals. Often these objects featured elaborate carvings and symbols, not known to be associated with the shuar culture. In his 1973 book, Gold of the Gods, ancient astronaut theorist Erich von Daniken wrote of Father Crespi's incredible collection, which he believed to come from the Cave of Tayos, and which were, in his opinion, treasures from an unknown and highly advanced culture. The startling questions posed in von Daniken's book soon inspired Scottish explorer Stanley Hall to try and solve the mystery himself. In 1975, Hall traveled to Cuenca to see Father Crespi's collection with his own eyes.
I have for years been researching South America as the missing page of prehistory. I first heard of the Tayos Caves was in Erich von Daniken's book and followed it through from there.
And one of the presents which the old priest received is a tablet with 36 writings. It's a metallic tablet. No one until today was able to translate these writings.
In 1976, Stanley Hall mounted an expedition of more than 100 people to explore Tayos. Among them was American astronaut Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon. Entering the cave through a jungle entrance known to the Ecuadorian army, the explorers were fascinated by what they encountered, especially large areas that appeared to have been excavated by someone or something.
The head of the British Geological Group, Dr. Brian Kelly, in 1976, he admitted that it was difficult for him to explain the actual large doorways that you see in these caves.
Although Stan Hall's expedition did find a tomb chamber with items dating to 1500 BC.
A ring, a stone ring.
The expedition found no treasure and no trace of anything that looked like the artifacts in Father Crespi's collection. But if Tayos was not the secret origin of Father Crespi's amazing collection, where did it come from? Undaunted, Hall didn't give up his search. 15 years later, in 1991, the explorer tracked down an Ecuadorian named Petronio Jaramillo, who claimed to have entered the Cave of Tayos through a secret entrance back in 1946.
And apparently, Petronio had visited this cave for the very first time when he was very young, when he was in his teens. He said that he had to dive underwater, go in this underwater tunnel, and then come up.
Jaramillo told Hall he wandered through chamber after chamber of ancient relics, including a vast room of books made from gold and other metals, books with unrecognizable writing. possibly like that on one of the metal tablets in Father Crespi's collection.
The other things looked like formulas, and so on and so on. So it was one spectacular statement after another.
Some argue whether or not an ancient civilization had come down to Earth and had used this cave system to leave certain artifacts of their civilization behind for us to recover.
Unfortunately, before he could guide Stanley Hall to the underwater cave entrance, Petronio Jaramillo died, taking the secret to his grave.